I'm making my onion and mushroom gravy recipe today. I'm also going to prepare a meat and potato meal. Now, while this gravy is delicious with many other dishes, I'm making a stew meat dish. And stew meat is a tough meat and needs to be prepared and cooked differently than other better quality cuts of meat. This cut of beef, namely chuck or round, has a lot of connective tissue, and when cooked correctly, breaks down and becomes melt in your mouth tender. Now, normally you would need to cook the stew meat for about 3 hours to achieve this. However, I'm going to show you how to do it and cut your cooking time down to about 1 hour. You'll need Worcestershire sauce and Adolph's Tenderizer Original Unseasoned. After cutting my stew meat into smaller pieces, I sprinkled quite a bit of the Adolph's Tenderizer over that, making sure I covered each piece on all sides, and then I left that to sit at room temperature for 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, go ahead and pour a generous amount of Worcestershire sauce over the stew meat, making sure you coat it very generously. And then just let it sit there for about another 10 minutes. After the 10 minutes, put that in the pot that you're going to cook it in. Cover it with water and just let it simmer for about an hour. And while that's cooking, you can go ahead and prepare the other ingredients. And here I'm sauteing some mushrooms that I have washed and drained well. And I'll go ahead and prepare about 4 small cloves of garlic and 1 red bell pepper. I'll set the sauteed mushrooms aside, and in the same pan, saute the red bell pepper. Now I'm going to fry up about 6 small to medium potatoes, and I've cut them into wedges. I'll season those with a little bit of salt and pepper. The potatoes are done, so now on to the good part, the making of the gravy. I've cut up 1 medium onion very, very finely, and I'm putting 4 tablespoons of butter into a pan and melting that. And then I'll add the onion into that and cook that till it's very caramelized and almost disintegrated. After that, I'll go ahead and add in the sauteed mushrooms. After cooking that a little further, I'll add in 4 tablespoons of flour. Just mix that very well, and then add in the garlic, the minced garlic that I'd already prepared. Continue cooking that until the flour is browned. And then you're going to add in the beef broth, and you're going to want at least 28 ounces. So after adding that in, just keep stirring it continuously until it thickens, and it will start to bubble. Just let that simmer for a few minutes, and then you have this beautiful, rich onion and mushroom gravy. The stew beef is now cooked, and I'm going to go ahead and put that in a skillet and add the red bell pepper in with that just to saute it and heat it up a little bit. I've been keeping the potatoes warm, and I also made some biscuits. So now I'm going to go ahead and plate this up, and I'm going to pour gravy over all of it because it tastes so good. And I hope you give this a try. Let me know if you do. This is definitely the best onion and mushroom gravy I've ever eaten. I can't wait for you to try this recipe. I know you'll love it as much as I do.